Let me know if this sounds familiar. Your ads are getting clicks, your conversion rate isn't bad, but somehow your margins aren't healthy. If that sounds like you, then it very well might be your profit per session and not your click through rate that's the problem. Most brands look at things like average order value, click through rate, or customer acquisition costs when they're measuring the effectiveness of their ads. But profit per session is something you really should be looking into, and let me explain why. Profit per session is the metric that actually quietly breaks or makes your bottom line. So essentially, it's the amount of profit that you are earning from every single customer that lands on your website. Basically, instead of just looking at if someone converted and how much they purchased, you're figuring out, does every single ad click actually lead to a profitable purchase? So, not just did they purchase, but did they purchase enough? And was it a high enough purchase to make that ad dollar that I spent to bring them to my website even worth it to begin with? This forces you to ask better questions. Things like, are my margins aligned with my ad bids? Is the traffic that I'm targeting actually profitable, or is it just expensive window shopping? And then finally, are your offers and bundles actually helping customers buy and lead to those healthier margins too? Bundles can be a really big help with improving your profit per session, and I want to explain why in this quick video. There's two ways I like to think about bundles for improving profit per session. Number one is pre-purchase bundles, and then number two is post-purchase bundles. Pre-purchase bundles is going to be things like starter kit, multi-packs, or build your own type of bundles that raise your average cart value without increasing the cost to serve each session. Post-purchase bundles are adding a layer of logical, margin-friendly offers after the initial purchase that is going to bring the customer back to either make another purchase or add on to their initial purchase without overwhelming them because it's a helpful offer. Quickly going to dive into both. So, pre purchase bundles start with that first impression, usually right from an ad. When you direct a customer to a bundle right from your ad versus just your homepage or category page or a single product page, you're giving them a more compelling reason to purchase. This is exactly what Ilia Beauty did with their meta ad, where they promote a $200 value makeup set for $171. This is positioned around clear outcomes as well. Makeup set for sun-kissed dimension and a soft glow. So this works because it's selling results, not just the bundle SKUs. It's easy math, high perceived value. Also, it's super clean fulfillment because when the customer purchases that bundle, they can see in their receipt and in the checkout each individual item that they're getting. And that's because Ilia Beauty is using simple bundles to break down bundles into these individual SKUs, which secretly on the back end, which customers don't get to see, is how that makes the operation side so much easier because all the different bundle SKUs are broken down individually to sync with their warehouse management system, inventory management system, even any returns as well. Here are a couple of pre-purchase bundles that I see work really, really well. Number one is build your own bundle. So allowing customers to mix and match the different items that they want to add into their bundle. So it's totally personalized to their specific preferences. Flav City is a really great example of this. I love how easy it is to customize, and they did some really great work on the front end to make it look super nice. Next is thematic sets. So this is creating a bundle around a specific need or use case. So think things like starter kits or sleep essentials or even a morning skincare routine. I really like how Three Ships does this because they put all of their best sellers in one bundle together, which is really great for someone who maybe hasn't used Three Ships products before, so that they can kind of get the best of all of their products and experience the brand for the first time with an added discount. Another thing you can do with these bundles is have a free shipping threshold and make sure the bundle gets the customer just over that threshold. So instead of purchasing the individual products, if they purchase the bundle, they're not only going to get more products for probably at a discounted rate, but they're also going to unlock free shipping. So there's an added benefit there for them to purchase even more and have a higher AOV purchase at the end. The other type is post-purchase bundles. And I'm not just talking about slapping a bundle offer on the post-checkout page that's totally irrelevant. The whole goal here is to make sure that the offer is relevant to what the customer purchased. So these post-purchase upsells typically follow three values. One is being relevant to the shopper's original purchase. Number two is providing clear added value for them to decide to purchase that upsell. And three is being framed as a logical next step for their journey. So if the first purchase lands, that second post-purchase bundle upsell should be totally aligned to their journey and their expectations. There's a couple things that will help you make sure that you are aligning with their expectations. First is if they bought a $20 product, they're probably not going to upsell on a $200 product post-purchase. So you want to make sure that it aligns. If they bought a $20 product, then maybe a $50 bundle makes a little bit more sense. You also want to be careful of your messaging here because saying just 40% off if you buy this extra bundled product isn't going to be enough to entice a customer after they just made a purchase with you. It has to be a logical next step. So if they bought the cleanser but they missed out on a whole routine set that you have available, that's when that bundle upsell of, here's the rest of the products to finish this routine and you're also getting it at 40% off will be a little bit more aligned with what they're hoping to do because then you're offering something relevant to a use case that they were shopping for. And last is thinking about triggers. So, are they a new shopper or are they a returning customer? So, if they're a returning customer, then that bundle upsell that's maybe a little bit more expensive than their initial purchase will probably land a little bit better than a first time shopper who hasn't even had the experience with your products yet. So these are two ways that I think about product bundling to help with my profit per session. Doing these smart bundling tactics are going to help you raise average order value, boost your margins post purchase, and reduce friction while a customer is shopping and trying to figure out what's best for them. So remember, you have to look at the full picture, and looking at your profit per session is going to help with that. Because if you're converting from ads, but your margins end up being super low, then you're either paying too much for traffic or you're not getting enough value from each visit. Bundles are going to help you get enough value from every visit.